I think I'm gonna go and do something that I've never done before, which is I'm gonna go on a photo shoot specifically for a YouTube thumbnail. Let's see why. Basically, I just finished the edits on my latest YouTube video. It's about finding your center of balance in your creative practice. I just thought, okay, well, you know, the concept of finding balance, that's really kind of cool, centering yourself. There's something that I could do there visually. So I've sketched something out that I want to show you. Don't laugh at the quality, I just did this real quick. There's a place called Sutro Baths, and here it is. It's literally, if I zoom out here, on the west end of San Francisco, which is this abandoned swimming hall that was built in the late 1800s, early 1900s. There's like a little ledge here that comes out. I'm thinking I'm gonna set up my camera and tripod right here, and then I'm gonna stand right here, and it looks kind of thin, and it's surrounded by water on all three sides, so it's kind of like a peninsula, and it's basically in ruins now. It's on the edge of the Pacific Ocean. And I'm thinking what I'll do is just stand at the very end and just sort of balance on one foot, which is an idea I got from poses like these, particularly this one. He's basically doing what I sketched, but in a studio, whereas I'm gonna be doing it outside by the water. The only thing is, I hope I don't fall in, let's just say that. So we'll see how this works out. Lately, I've been really inspired by a few photographers that I've been following on Instagram. Lizzie Gadd being one of them. She's a self-portrait photographer. I just love her work. I mean, she just takes these amazing landscapes to begin with and then inserts herself into the composition. She tends to hide her face away, and this is in contrast to Sorel Moore. She does a lot of stuff where you do see her face, and it's a lot more moody. There's like a darkness to her work, and she does what she calls the advanced selfie. So she's a bit more out there, I guess, if you will. And then there's TJ Drysdale, and this guy, he's not in the photos. It's usually this person in some sort of red dress in this amazing landscape involving mountains or waterfalls. Look at that, that's just amazing. And then we've got Joel Robinson. He does a lot of compositing, so this to me is a bit more in the surrealistic fine art category. Takes it to a whole nother level, obviously. The last person I want to share with you guys is Nicholas Bruno. He's along the same lines of Joel, where he does a lot of compositing. Like, I love this photo. He's got, I think this is him. So this is 3 photos that are composited together, I'm assuming. If that's the case, then wow, mad respect to you, Nicholas. This is crazy good. His work is really based off of this condition that he has. I forgot what exactly it's called. He has a lot of nightmares, basically, and his work is based off of the nightmares that he has had over the years. He approaches his art as a form of self-therapy. I love formal wear, so I'm gonna put together an outfit. White shirt right here with a blue tie, blue hat, blue blazer. So there's a blue scheme here. I thought that would be kind of nice being on the ocean. And then in terms of what I'm wearing for my pants, this is basically it. So I want to show you an app that I like to use to plan my outdoor shoots, and that's called Golden Hour 1. You see these lines around, that basically shows where the sun's going to be at various times of the day. So if I zoom into where I'm going to be, which is Sutro Baths right there, I can get really exact. So remember that ledge that I was telling you about? This is it right here. Tap and hold right there to set my location, and that basically indicates where the sunset is going to be. That's what I want. You know, I want to be shooting into the sun. But the last thing I want to show you is the middle tab right here, the weather tab. So in terms of the sky, we've got a rating of 8. That means that it's going to be clear and a chance for a great photo. Yeah, we'll see. Let's get to it. All right, so here we are, I made it. God, it's been years since I've been here. I used to live around here, so this This is a old stopping ground for me. There's the pool right there. Right there. There's a few people out here. I am a little concerned about that because, of course, ideally, I'd rather be out here alone. There's no clouds in the sky, and the sun is out in full force. Usually this area is pretty cloudy and gray. Golden Hour 1 app was correct on that. It looks like I can just camp out for a bit because people come in and out. Nobody's really staying. I'm gonna be camping out, that being said. Dominating the space. This is it. This is the moment I've been waiting for. We've been waiting for. So I'm on this ledge and I'm looking out at where I want to be standing right here. But the challenge is, you know, broadcasting a Wi-Fi signal in order to pair with my iPhone in order to use the remote camera app. Should I pair now, here, and then run, risking losing the Wi-Fi signal? Or should I broadcast the signal here and then pair when I'm over there? But I gotta do that in time before the camera auto shuts off. So I'm gonna pair it now, and run over to the other side and see if it maintains the signal. All right, so success. So what happened was I got there and it took a while for the signal to re-recognize, but it worked. I just hope that it'll continue to work. So thankfully the Wi-Fi pairing worked out just fine, but then I ran into 2 more obstacles that got in the way of shooting that were completely unexpected. Okay, so there is a wedding photographer here who's shooting a couple, and they're like in the exact spot that I'm shooting. Unfortunately, I just gotta lay low for now and wait for them to do their thing. The photographer, she's off in the corner right there. She said she'd be quick, so we'll see. well, yeah. So I ended up waiting about 10 or 15 minutes for them to finish up that part of their engagement shoot. But even after they left, I ran into another challenge. It's really tough. The sun's really bright, so I'm getting a lot of silhouetting. That being said, I feel like silhouette is, you know, it's not bad. You can still see the reflection in the water, so that could be kind of cool. Sometimes it's like, you know, you can plan for the best and still get unexpected results. So given the fact that I did say that I wanted to shoot straight into the sun, I really shouldn't have been surprised. But because I saw on the Golden Hour 1 app that the angle of the sun was going to be, you know, slightly off like this and not perfectly parallel, I just assumed that it was going to be fine and that the silhouette effect wasn't going to be too strong. Well, clearly I was wrong because I didn't have anything to diffuse the sun with like I would now in this situation, like a man-made structure or a partly cloudy sky or trees. But then again, that was the exact angle that I wanted, and I wasn't really willing to compromise on that. So I had to figure out a way to work with it by improvising rather than against it. So when I reviewed all 20 of the poses, there were a few that were a bit more exaggerated and a few that felt more natural, and I ended up choosing the shot that signified this sense or this element of taking off into flight. I did lighten the face and the shirt just a little bit to bring a bit more of that detail out. But what I realized is that, you know, a lot of the photographers that I was talking about earlier in the video, Lizzie Gadd and Joe Robinson, they do actually obscure the face in some way, shape, or form. And I feel like that allows the viewer to project themselves into the image in their imagination. I think that's part of the element that takes something like this from a standard Instagram selfie into a fine art. So then from that point forward, I started to see how much more I could push this photo. And what I ended up doing at the end of that shoot was sticking around until blue hour, and I got this pretty awesome shot of the crescent moon that was out that night. So I just thought, I wonder if I start doing a bit more compositing here. So I grabbed that moon and placed it just directly above my head and got that nice kind of symmetry going on there. Then I thought, okay, well, why not add some stars? So I started painting some stars into the sky. And of course, because there's water down below, realistically speaking, you have to have the same reflection of what you have in the sky in the water. So after working on the image for quite some time and getting it to that point, I was just like, well, I really like it, but it's not something that is quite at 100% yet. So I decided to just kind of leave it for a few days and then come back to it with a set of fresh eyes. And I'm really glad I did that, because when I did, I realized that I could clone stamp the area in the reflection between the concrete and my foot to create this illusion that I was actually levitating just slightly above the ground and really going into flight. Then I was like, all right, now I feel 100% proud of this image. I think I am actually going to take this a little bit further into that surrealistic, or I should say, believably surreal theme that has now started with this one image. So if you want to join me on that journey further, then make sure to follow me on Instagram at boomshadang, and I will see you there.